Hello, everybody. I know that I said I was not going to do any more scheduled art streams, and I'm not. However, today I was just feeling like streaming art, and I wanted to try something. The other day I painted some loose roses, and I want to try it again. So that's what we're gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is get, hey Elride, how's it going? Let's see. I think I'm going to use a really warm yellow. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Use this warm yellow. This red. Then we're gonna get 2 different greens. Yeah, these 2 will be good. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get just a little bit more. Thank you. Actually, I had muted myself on accident, so I'm glad that you mentioned something. All this time I've been sitting here just doing art, talking to myself. Yeah, I know. The other day I was watching a stream and I told the streamer that we can't hear you. I think you're on mute. He was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing." And I'm like, "You know, I've done it a couple times. It happens." I think I will. Right now I feel like the value of the green is such a darker value than some of the roses that they get a little bit lost. So I'm just trying to bring that value up a little bit without being too intentional about my marks still. Because part of what's really pretty about these is their kind of random shapes and loose shapes. Thank you. Thanks. Air, do you stream art? I mean, you clearly stream something as Okay, I'm actually gonna put direct red right along in here and just let that bleed out. You stream games and art. Awesome. That's what I do too. Most of the time I stream League of Legends, but now and then I do art because I love it and it's relaxing. So much more relaxing. What games do you play? Or rather, which games do you stream? Nice. I think that's pretty good. Now I have to decide if I want to add a metallic to it or not. You used that same type on jellyfish watercolor. Man, it ripped your paper. You're so mad. World of Tanks and about to stream Civ 7 when it comes out. Ooh, Civ 7, that'll be cool. Yeah, it's really frustrating when you rip your paper. This paper is made of 100% cotton, and so it actually ends up being pretty tough, which is nice. But I have definitely ripped paper and been like, well, that's just ruined. Oh, the tape, yeah. This tape, before I put it down usually, this is... it's harder to rip this paper, first of all, so this tape is okay there. However, if I'm using this tape on weaker paper, I usually lay it out flat and stick it to my arm once, which is very scientific, I know, but it seems to add enough skin cells and debris to it that it's not as sticky and less likely to rip my paper. Okay, I definitely think that this would be pretty if we added some gold to it. So I'm gonna grab my metallic paints. These are the metallics that I have. They're from Art Philosophy. They're not my favorite metallics that I've ever seen. There are different ones that I would like to try, but these ones work pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and use a... Hey Armor, surprise art stream. I did not write that. Thank you very much. Nice try, nice try. You switched to a paper tape that is glue. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with... I think I'll go with this one. A warmer gold. I'm just gonna hold it here. I'm used to holding my palette a lot when I stand and paint, so it actually is kind of strange for me when I've got it down on the table. So with these, I kind of have to use a pretty stiff brush because they just don't rehydrate well. But I'm going to just add some gold places here. Mostly to define the shapes of the petals. I want to make sure to vary the sizes and widths. It does mimic light, and it's really, I just think it's so pretty. I really love metallic paints. Okay, gonna add some here. They're also opaque enough that you can still see a lot of the color through them, which is fun. And I like that. Okay, now I'm actually going to, I'm gonna put a few highlights in the leaves. Also, just for fun. The cool thing about using metallics as highlights is that if you do it too much, like it can be overdone. So I'm not putting it everywhere. Just in a few places that look kind of boring still. I'm trying to have a pretty loose hand. And finally, I'm going to make some kind of random spots. Some of them are going to be in the white places, and others are just going to be where I feel like it. Just gives it kind of more texture. I would rather splatter, but I've tried using this paint when I make kind of watercolor splatters, and it just doesn't usually end up putting enough pigment down. Let's see if there's anywhere else. CAD Cam, hello, how are you doing? Let's see. Trying to see here if there are any places that are still a little bit boring. No, I think it's actually looking really pretty. Let me hold it up to the light and see if you can see the pretty metallics reflected. Ooh, did I finish and send out the card with the house? I did! CAD Cam, I sent it and she loved it. So let me see if I can get it to show you some of that metallic shine on this. I can't tell for sure how that's showing up on the camera, but you can see some of the metallic highlights. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, I'm gonna try another now. I need a couple colors that are really pretty together. Actually, I wonder what would happen if I tried to do that using only metallic paints. It might not work, but it might, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's do maybe, gonna make sure that my tape is still pushed down here. You dig the splatter? Good, I'm glad. I like it. Especially in the metallics, it's so pretty. Okay, we're gonna try it again using these three. So this blue and pink and purple will, well, these colors should work well together because they are what you call analogous, meaning next to each other on a color wheel. That being said, I don't know how well the metallic paints are going to show up here, but we're gonna find out. I'm adding a liberal amount of water because, like I said earlier, these ones try not to hydrate as well as other real watercolors. The only problem with that is that then I have a lot of water on my brush. Okay. Okay, we're gonna let that bleed and see what it does. Hey Nashi, yes, I'm doing an art stream and I'm doing it early, and I'm so glad that you came because I hoped that you would. I have just all these blank bookmarks, Nashi. I gotta do something with them. These are actually quite pretty. I'm liking how the metallic paints are doing this. I think maybe 3 colors is more than I need, so I'm mostly just gonna do the blue and the pink. Maybe I should do a leaf shape here. I'm just trying to do some abstract rose things here. Nashi, I've got your bookmark all ready to go here. It's not been laminated yet, but here it is. It's been cut out, ready to go. I think here I'm gonna add some little edges to this leaf. Looks like it's gonna bleed into that rose, and I'm fine with that. I think I'm liking that better. When the leaf was the same color as the petals, I still want it to have more of its own texture at least, so that's better. Alright, let's do a nice big one down here. No, I haven't sent the invoice yet, Nashi. I needed to look back and figure out, remember how much I charged you for the other bookmarks that I did for you. There we go. Yeah, that's the problem, Nashi. I don't remember either. I don't remember either, but I do have the invoice And so I will figure that, I will figure it out and do something comparable with this one. All right, let's do a leaf over here. That's pretty. I like it. And it's so shiny. I have to admit, I'm loving the shiny. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the blue in a couple places just to give it a little bit more value change. This one maybe just a little bit over here. I don't want to mess with this because it blended together in such a cool watercolor way. Okay. All right, here I think I'm going to put 2 roses that are kind of overlapping each other. If I can get that to come across. So we'll have one here. This will be the one that's overlapping. I'm so new to this whole loose watercolor thing, but it's probably really good for me. Have one there, and then this one will look like it's right back here. Okay, I think that's getting my idea across. I think this looks kind of like 2 little rosebuds nestled up together. I actually really like that. It's pretty. Let's add a little bit more of the deep blue right in here. A little bit more of that deep blue right in here. Make sure that's a little bit spiky like a leaf. Okay, this one got a little bit weird. Trying to salvage that leaf. Okay. These are beautiful bookmarks. They really are. I'm excited with this. This metallic paint is really neat. Oh, and you know what else? I have a black watercolor paper that this metallic paint I always thought would be really pretty on there, but I've not used it much before. And it would be really neat to see what the bookmarks would look like on that. Thank you so much, CADCAM. Feel free to join our Discord if you want. I would love to have some more artists in our Discord. So, yep. Or even people who just appreciate art. I think it's funny how many people consider themselves artists or do not consider themselves artists based on people have interesting requirements for that. I think anybody who even bothers to put a writing or drawing implement to paper and try is an artist. Just joined. Awesome! I'm so glad. I will make sure that you have full server access when I'm done here. Ooh, I'm excited. Good. Okay, let's... I think we need another one nestled right up here, kind of on a slant. Nice. This is not particularly calm music. I think... Oh, you know what? Hey, I'm leaving it. I like it. It's exciting. We're gonna say that there is the tip of another little leaf right here. Go, and then maybe here there is a stem. I realized that up here where I drew a, you know, basically straight flat stem, it was looking a little bit weird because it's the only one. So I'm gonna repeat that pattern here, and then maybe right here. I don't know if that counts as a pattern. It's just a straight line, but it helps. And maybe right here. Good. And then I'm gonna fill it in with a leaf here as well. I'm gonna take the pink, do a couple leaf vein lines there. Okay, let's see if, trying to decide if this needs really anything else. I'm gonna add some darker darks on this one down here. And then I think I'll add a couple darker places on this one, kind of just circling the petals. I think I'm gonna give this one some splatter marks also. Just for the fun of it. I'm using only the blue right now. I don't know if I'm gonna add pinks in here later also, but right now the blue kind of actually shows up, so it's good. Okay. Okay, Nashi, sounds good. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna try to show off the color on this, the metallic shimmer. Oh yeah, you can see it really well there. Oh, that's so pretty. I was going to work on this piece, but I couldn't find my reference photo. So I'm actually gonna have to go back to the stream where I was working on this and take a screenshot of the little mice in their little roses. Alright, I am going to turn this over. And that means that I have 2 more here waiting to become bookmarks. I'm gonna put a paper towel down to protect the page back there that I don't want to touch. And now I have to decide what to put on there. I could always put some really loose mushrooms. That might be fun. Alright. Let's do that. We will have mushrooms growing out from the sides. I'm being bold and just going in with pen, which I don't often do, but it's probably good for me. But mushroom shapes are kind of wonky anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much. We will say that these are to help, we'll zoom in here so that it's a little bit more visible. This one we're gonna say is like give this one kind of a curl inwards like this. Down here, we're gonna have a bigger one. It's a little more round. And I think we'll be barely seeing any of this one's inside. This one's gonna have little tiny stems. Maybe there's a bug on this one. Okay. I think these ones are all going to go back behind that one. Let's see. Up here at the top, I'm going to make another one of these. I think that's pretty good. Right down here, I want to make a couple that look like they're growing out of the side. That looks pretty good. And then maybe just one or two growing out of the side over here. Okay. Now I am going to paint these fairly quickly. Oh, let me see. Trying to decide which brushes I want to use. Doesn't really matter. I will use this one. I'm gonna pick one or two colors, or sorry, not one or two. I'm gonna pick probably 5 or 6 colors to use that all look good together. I don't really need the greens. I'm gonna put them back. I'd like a really dark red. Maybe a cooler brown. Actually, maybe I'll just grab a blue. Use this indigo and there we go. Okay. So I want to make sure that my paint or my tape is still down all the way. And let's just start with one of these up here. Oops. So first I'm going to get the whole cap wet like this. And I'm lifting out that color because that isn't really the color that I want there. We're going to say that our light is coming from here. So I'm now going to lift just a little bit of the pigment out there and then take some of the darker brown and just do that so that it can leave a highlight. Okay, that's fine, Nashi. I'm actually going to go in about 20 minutes also. Or maybe 15, so that's fine. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of the yellow. Put it in here. Ah, that didn't do what I wanted it to do because I'm not used to using nice paper like this. Oh, that's okay, Nashi. No, I'm like I said, I'm also gonna go in about 15 to 20 minutes because we're gonna have dinner and I'm gonna rest and be calm and relaxed and all of those things. You know, I think I'm gonna use a little bit of masking fluid. This seems like overkill, but I'm going to do it anyway. To add a few spots to this mushroom's cap. Trying to make them kind of in a horizontal pattern, or at least in a pattern that's kind of parallel with the cap. And some that are not quite as well defined, or yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let those dry. This is my resist pen. Basically, it just puts kind of some, I think it's like a latex down there. Alright, let's use this. I think that this color is an indigo. Putting just a little bit of it down for now, and then I'll adjust it later. gonna go ahead and start with some darker edges out here. Then I'm gonna get no pigment on my brush and just let it be wet and go up and down the middle a couple times there so that the color can bleed. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of the really dark stuff and put it on the edges like that. Underneath where I think the gills would be kind of grayish, I'm actually going to use an indigo and go in there just very lightly with it because I don't want it to look white. I mean, it's going to look white, but I want it to be different from the background here, and so I'm giving it color on all of them. Always hi! And Mena Art Studio, hello! Nice to see you! Okay. You were juggling 3 streams! Oh my goodness, that's a lot always. Always, I was gonna finish the mice on the roses, but I can't find the reference photo that I was using. And so I'm gonna have to do them a different time after I either find the reference photo or go back on my stream and make a screenshot of it so that I can use it. I think that's funny. Okay, so for these little kind of gray blue guys, I'm gonna keep using my indigo. And just make some darker lines where I want the shadow to be. Again, just making some pretty loose bookmarks. There we go. You had 6 going, oh my goodness, that's a lot. Always, Nashi, do you think that if I did art streams earlier in the day, at least earlier for my time, that I would have more people interested in art? I'm curious to know your opinions. Because I like doing art, it's good for me. And I don't want to quit, really. I just... Yeah. Let's do that, and this one I'm actually going to pull that kind of gray color down the whole stem. I want these guys' stems to be kind of gray like that. Let's see. I think I will draw a little. Make this guy look like a little beetle. Hopefully. Need to go hustle up viewers in art streams like AJ. Oh. Well, hey, I hustled up you guys in an art stream. And I was like, okay, that's good. I've found some of the best art viewers out there now. I'm good. Okay. About 5 minutes? Okay. Okay. So I will be finishing up in about 5 minutes. I want to see if this is going to be dry in time. Not sure. I'm going to take a little bit of the indigo now and also go over this stalk and kind of give it a little bit of shape here at the top so that it looks rounded. So many friends that stream earlier may be better for you, but you have no good advice. Yeah, it's hard to know. Many day art streams do well. They do. It's just so it's difficult for me because I'm just such a night person. Alright. I'm going to see if I can paint around the little bug here with kind of this pretty brown. One nice thing about this paper is that it is 100% cotton, and so it holds moisture really well. It's easy to keep the edges from forming hard edges, or rather easier. I don't know about easy, but easier. Because it does not dry quickly. And now that that is all wet, I'm going to put a little bit of extra dark brown right along here and right along the bottom, which hopefully will help it look like it's kind of curling in at the base. And I'm gonna dry my brush off and I'm gonna give it some color, some shaping there. Let me get a little tiny brush. And make these ones. The little tiny red mushrooms. They're cute. I might have to make more of these ones. I'm just dabbing the really dark red along the furthest away edges. Okay, now I'm gonna get some deeper indigo and do some of the gills right along here. Ah, okay. Well, I know that we are not finished with this one, but I actually need to go. I know it was a super short art stream. I can review the ones that we did really quickly. So today we painted these mushrooms, which are not done. We painted these roses, which are really pretty and have partly metallic, as you can see. And then these loose kind of cabbage roses that are completely metallic. I love that shimmer, it's so pretty. Okay. Enjoy. And everybody, on that note, I need to go, but thank you so much for being here, everybody. Nashi, always, it's great to see you too. I'll try to do a minimum of super short art streams on Wednesday like this. Bye, everybody. Bye. Also, everybody, please remember that you are a priceless gem of infinite strength and potential. Treat yourself and others accordingly, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!